Hey everyone, welcome back to the shop in Florida. Let me get this tilted a little bit better for you guys. And of course, I had to zoom out on the camera. Just a quick note. Yes, this is Rockstar. Yes, it looks like a urine sample. But Kev, how come you're not drinking it out of a can like you normally do? Well, the shipment of Rockstar that I got actually showed up with cans with a bottom like that. And you obviously can't set it upside down, so I have to put it in a glass. About 35% of the cans showed up like this. So if you get Rockstar shipped to you, be careful. Who's here? Hey, Berg. Once with that can, yeah, that's how they get shipped. So that happens. We can just put this in recycling since we're here. By the way, if you aren't recycling, you're an asshole. Just to let you in on that little secret. Everyone should do it. There's no reason not to. Another cool trick that I wanted to show you guys. And I don't know how many of you do this, but this was just something I've been doing for a long time, and I figured I would show you guys. This is a cap for my Listerine bottle. You know, just mouthwash, right? Regular mouthwash. But it has these two safety tabs. You can see them right there. And when you're in the bathroom and it's not very well lit, you can't really see the instructions on the top because they're black on black. If you don't have any children or goldfish or anything like that, if you cut off those tabs, like so, throw that away later. If you cut off those tabs, then you can just screw this. Whoa! Then you can just screw this thing on and off. So little homemaker tip there for you. Just makes things a little bit easier. Because with me, I'm usually have something, you know, razor in hand or whatever, doing 8 other things, and then, damn it, come on! You have to like shine it in the light just right to see where the tabs are. No, just cut those things off and unscrew them. So obviously I'm back in Florida. Hopefully you guys had fun with the absolute, I don't even know how to describe it when Hammond and I are together. It's always, people refer to us like, you guys sound like a married couple. If you watch that and I don't know, I can't even explain it. But anyway, it has nothing to do with the engine builder. It has nothing to do with bolts coming loose. Just to let you guys in on that. You can tell from my reaction that I know what the hell's going on. But you got to cover ass, right? So if you just keep talking and talking and talking, it'll eventually maybe make sense to someone. Anyway, the 1MZ is apart. Hammond wants to save it, and I'm going to leave that up to him. If he wants to do that, that's on his time. That's on his dime. But to me, that engine is all done. Nate Millison and I spent probably about a week or two building that engine, and it was 2,000% perfect. It was fantastic for about 5 races, and then it got destroyed kind of in the last race and a half. So yeah, that block is all done. The heads are perfect, which is great. And the block is all done, but we can save, you know, oil pump, water pump, all the rest of the stuff, the intake, everything else is on the car. So we do have another really kick-ass set of heads, which is great. So we have the red, we have the red set of heads, we have the yellow set of heads, and now we just need to find a block and crank. And then we'll get a rebuild kit and we'll redo a whole new engine, a whole new 1MZ for it. What else we got? By the way, just to further clarify from that video, ARP does not make studs for connecting rods for that engine. So, or for the mains, just so everyone can get off my back about that. What else we got here? Berg, you're correct. Um, let's do some Miata ride height. Now you guys can see I already have tape here. So I'll show you what I do. I'll grab the camera and you guys can come down with me. We'll spend a lot of low time today because this is an extremely low car. I'm 6'1" and this thing is low, but it's so much fun. And if you don't have a Miata, I don't know why. There are all of the gay jokes out there and everyone will make them right up until they drive one. When you drive a Miata, promise you the next day you're going to be on Marketplace looking for one. Whether it's an NA like this or an NB, which is the next generation. NC's a little bigger, closer to a Corvette. And then the ND, they got a little bit smaller. What was the ND with, and Berg, you can correct me on this. It's not called the rally package. It's a race package that has different suspension and it has something else with it. Yeah, it's I don't remember the package. It's called. It's like some kind of track ready package, and it's fantastic. Hey, Liz. Yeah, Berg. I think it's called the Club. Is it the NC? Yeah, the ND Club package. I had a student at the track who had one of those, and I was blown away at how nice it is. I had a different student a couple of weeks later at pit race, and the difference between it sounds weird. I would rather have the ND Club than a C8. Just if I'm going to go rip around the track, will my lap times be faster in the ND? Nope. Will I have 8,000 times more fun? Oh yeah. Yeah, and I'll also become a better driver. There's a lot of aids in the ND, but there's a lot of computers in the C8. So I'd much rather have an ND Club. You guys, these things also, if you enjoy working on cars, which is probably why you're here, these things are super simple to work on. Parts are readily available. Parts are stupid cheap. Clutch for this is $86. So you can't really, it's hard to bitch about that. You want to know what a clutch costs in that thing? No, you don't. So these things are great because I can get a set of tires. I can go shred these tires all weekend and I can get a full set of tires installed for $1,000. Brand new. So, and those are kick-ass tires. Actually, I could probably do it for less. 180 a tire, 360, 720. Yeah, for about 800 bucks, 850 bucks. If you're in Columbus, go see Columbus Mobile Tire. They'll come out to you, do the tires right where your car is. You don't have to take shit to them or take the car in, worry about some clown, carving it up on the tire machine. Go to Columbus Mobile Tire. Just let Dan take care of it. He's awesome. What else we got here? NC had the Club. No, it was the ND Club. It was the smaller one. And it was, I believe it was gray, like a gunmetal gray. And it was absolutely awesome. The owner was super cool too. He knew what the car was capable of. By the end of the day, he was having an absolute blast in the car, pushing it nice and hard. So yeah, and just so everyone knows, Liz got a NA Miata just a couple of weeks ago. And she's going to be doing a ton of stuff on her Miata. So she's watching all of this stuff and going through older videos and stuff to see, oh, how do I do this? How do I do that? And yeah, so she's going to have a really cool Miata when it's all done. She got a great deal on the basic car. And God, we got to get rid of that sport bar. She brought it by the shop when I was in Columbus. And the first thing I saw was that sport bar. Holy shit. So just awesome. Yeah. Liz Harrison on here also has an NA. He had one fall in his lap or in his parking lot, however you want to phrase it. And he's been going through, he's had a ton of engine and ECU issues and all this other stuff. He's finally got it running. He's got it on the ground. So we'll be doing Miata stuff up in Tampa here soon. So Let me show you guys what we're going to do with coilovers. Now, I believe there's a video of putting the BC coilovers in here. BC coilovers are great. Absolutely nothing wrong with them. There's 20 different types of coilovers you can get for Miatas. Everything from like the $89 eBay specials, which that's at your own risk, all the way up to like KW3s and stuff, and you can spend 10 grand on coils if you really want to. The BC coilovers are kind of the mid-range. The set I have is actually, I didn't do BCs on these. I did the Flying Miatas. It was the God. I want to say Z-Max, but that's not correct. That's the name of a raceway in North Carolina. It's and it's not max speeding rods. God, I cannot remember the name of it, but they were comparable to the BCs. We put BCs on the MR6 on the race car. These are from Flying Miata. They have 15 up and 15 down on the damper settings, whereas the race version only had 4, 2 up and 2 down. So that's why I got these, because this car does a lot of street action. So being able to have a little more adjustability was nice. If it was a full-blown track car, I would just do the bigger one. No, they're not Racelands. Come on, Berg, give me some credit here. They're not Racelands. They're not max speeding rods. God, they're on Flying Miata's website. Flying Miata has a ton of great parts. Super great tech guys. No problem buying parts for them, from them. The other source for Miata stuff is Moss Miata. They have a ton of OEM, like brand new. If you need like a door handle or a Frankenstein bolt, they usually have that. The other source, and you can get new or used, is Midwest Miata Parts. Talk to Darren at Midwest Miata Parts if you need a tail light, if you need a power antenna, if you need a Frankenstein bolt. Darren has all that stuff, and he's got a huge warehouse at his place. NAs, NBs. He's got some NC and some ND stuff, mostly NA and NBs, but he literally has every like fuel lines and all of that stuff, new and used. He's a Mazda dealer too, so he can get all the new parts. Hey, Slaker. Is that right? Slaker? How do I have the hardtop hanging? Okay, so the hardtop is hanging from, I bought 2 extra Frankenstein bolts, and then I have, hang on a sec, I'll show you what I use. And it was a pain in the ass in Florida because I had to drill into concrete. So let me make sure there's no huntsman spiders back here, or wolf spiders. Wolf spiders are here are pretty big. The huntsman spiders here are huge. So I use these rails from Craftsman, and I've had them for a long time. And you can hook different attachments on here to hold your weed eater or your, shovels or whatever. And I've had a whole bunch of these over the years. The house in Ohio, the whole wall, it extends all the way down the wall, past the windows and everything. So I have 2 clamps that go on here, and I have an extension with the Frankenstein bolts on there. So this hangs up on the wall. We have 1 Frankenstein bolt here, 1 Frankenstein bolt here on the clamp. I forget which clamp I used. It was something, it's like for a weed eater or for a shovel or whatever. And then the way to get in, it's funny. The Miata hardtop only weighs 42 pounds. They get stolen all the time because it's 4 latches and you run away. If you have a defroster, it might take them another 5 seconds to cut that wire or unplug it, and they can run away. So Miata hardtops get stolen all the time, and it's the most expensive part on a Miata. It's $2,500 for a brand new one. Yes, you can find used ones with paint chips or the wrong color for your car. They'll be about $2,000. Beat up. Hopefully they have glass. So Miata hardtops are definitely, I mean, they're worth their weight in gold, literally. I got lucky with that one, but I had to do a ton of fiberglass work on it. I got it for $800 and it was missing the whole back edge where the window is. I had to refiberglass all of that. And I hate bodywork. Bodywork is my least favorite part of cars. Just my OCD doesn't let me ever finish it. So that got done. And then Mako painted it. And that's why it has the black cover, the cover on the window, on the glass, because that's all being repainted. So anyway, to get in, to do the hardtop, to do it by yourself. Actually, you know what? Miatas look better with the top dropped anyway. So I'll give you guys a demo on how I do. It's always easier with two people, but it is possible with just one. Make sure, oh, hang on, window's still, this window gets jacked up enough. Where is, zipper's on the other side. I always forget this. With the soft top, I lay the window down first. Especially if it's a plastic window. Obviously, with a glass window, you kind of have to do that anyway. Hang on, I gotta shut this off. Okay. Plus, it's so nice here. This top needs to come down anyway. I had it parked in here and with the cover on it while I was in Ohio. So I put the top up when the cover's on it. So make sure these guys fold correctly. Top goes down, and then close the door latches. And then you can also put the tonneau cover if you have one. I have one in the trunk. Put the tonneau cover on here. So I'll show you guys how I do the hard top. So we're going to pretend that there's a hard top on here. We're going to pretend that we've undone all the latches. There's a latch here at the base of the B-pillar. There's one here at the base of the B-pillar. And there's your two regular latches. And then you have your Frankenstein bolts here. So you get in the car. This is going to look very weird because there's no hard top. So you get in the car, and being 6'1", this is very difficult. One leg on each seat. Make sure the bolts are undone. Hold it from both, and it goes on my back. And I turtle it back a little bit and then up. Balance. Bring it out. Then I'll set it on the ground on like a furniture pad and come around the backside and then lift it this way just from these corners onto the Frankenstein bolts. So that's how we do a Miata hardtop. You can do the reverse, putting it back in. Your hardtop will be on the ground in its normal position. You'll slide underneath it and you can climb in the car, set it in place, slide it forward into the Frankenstein bolt. Like I said, it's easier with two people, but you can do it by yourself. Hey, Slaker, nothing wrong with the Miata automatic. People bag on them. Yes, the manuals are preferred 100-1. The automatics are still fun as hell. So you don't have the you don't have a ton of the power at the, in the palm of your hand, but you have all the handling that this thing has. So practice with the automatic and you can figure out how to nail turns. Fine, no problem. You're going to have a great time in your Miata. I promise. And yeah, good luck with the restoration. Like I said, depending on where you're at, Moss Miata, Flying Miata, or if you're in Ohio, Midwest Miata Parts. I know Darren also ships stuff around. So those are three really good sources to get really kick-ass Miata stuff, new and used. So what I noticed when I was driving this car was The back end is about an inch lower than the front. When I put these on originally, I was still in Ohio and I didn't have a ton of miles on it yet. So the more I've driven it, the more it's settled down. And I don't need to adjust spring rate or anything like that. The springs are just fine. Rebound is just fine. Everything. 3-speed or 4-speed manual? You mean auto? I want to say the Miatas are a 4-speed auto. I don't remember off the top of my head. I want to say it's a 4-speed automatic. 3-speed automatic sounds very 1970s Chevy. I think Mazda was a little bit ahead on that. Anyway, God, I wish I could look up those coils. It's not Z-Max, is it? Anyway, great coils on here. I think they were right around $1,500-$1,800 for the set. I'm very happy with them. Great at the track. Really great on surface streets. Super happy with it. But when I got here to Florida, I noticed that the car had settled, especially in the back. And so I wanted to raise that up. Raising it up is not super difficult. The only problem was I didn't have the tools to do it. My coilover wrenches were back in Ohio. So I was like, damn it. I'd really like to raise this up a little bit and drive this car more, but it kind of has that Carolina squat going on. Yeah, it's a 4-speed. Yeah, 4 and then OD, or 3 and OD. So I'll show you guys what coilover wrenches look like. Oh, it's VMAX. It's not ZMAX. It's VMAX Autosport. That's who made the coilovers. And these are the wrenches that come with them. One to hold, one to turn. And these guys are adjustable. You just push them down. You can see the teeth there. Anyway, they're adjustable. So you need one to hold and one to turn, or one to hold and one to lock, however you want to look at it. So these were still back in Ohio. I didn't have these, so I didn't have any way to adjust this. If you get in a tight pinch, if you're in a Lemons race or in a Spec Miata race or whatever, and you're in the pits, if a Spec Miata guy doesn't have a set of those, shame on him. Anyway, if you get in a tight spot, you can use a hammer and a punch to break the lock rings loose and to tighten them back up. The lock rings are going to be aluminum. Your punch is going to be steel. You're going to damage them. But you'll at least get them locked and unlocked, however you want to do it. So we're going to raise up this car. I'm just going to do this one side. I'm going to raise up the car, and I'm going to show you guys basically how to raise it and lower it. It won't be anything super, super complex. First thing is I need, what do I need? 19s. Let's check here. Big ass lug nuts. 21s. Oh yeah. Okay. So I have the lug wrench for it. The very first thing we're going to do is measure. So we want a reference for all of this stuff. So measuring tape and a Sharpie, which I have. You guys want to see something crazy? I'll show you guys something crazy. So the Sharpie says head department. This is at a place I worked at in 1996. I've had this Sharpie since 1996. Somehow I've had this since 96. Believe that shit? Unreal. And it still works. Crazy. We're gonna measure this guy. I'm gonna bring you guys in just a little bit more and down. And eventually when we get down there, I'll just bring the whole camera down. So what we want to do, we want to have as flat a floor as possible. That's always good, especially when you're doing front to back. Now, since I'm just doing the back, I'm not too concerned about it. The solid concrete, super flat floor is really nice. We're going to measure from the concrete through the center of the hub up to the bottom edge of the fender. That's going to be our reference point, and that's going to be where we go up or down from, depending on what you want to do. So I'm going to measure from here straight through. And because I'm in America, it's 22.7. 22.75. 22.7 inches. So, first one, 22.70 inches. And I'm going to go do the other side. And if I did this right the first time, it should be the same on this side. Any guesses? Oh my God. 22.7 on this side as well. Oh, every day I got to wake up and be this good. In fairness, Brian DePaul helped me with the install on this. And he also was the one who recommended this. It's not Z-Max. I keep saying Z-Max. V-Max. So we're equal on both sides, 22.70 inches. Now we can do any adjustments on the car, whatever we want. We just need to remember that the car is going to settle when we drive it. So if we're a little bit high, that's okay. Let's see what you guys are saying in here. What's under the cover? Okay. All right. You guys want to see what's under the cover? Nobody cares about the Miata. There, I'll just do half of it so I don't have to take the cover off. Look out, crazy ass bug. There's a lot of bugs down here. It's the most difficult way to take off a car cover. So what's in there? 2008 Dodge Viper SRT10 Aero Coupe. That's the other fun car. And then right outside, we have the limo. And then what you guys can't see right here are my motorcycles. And before the ACR comments. NB, awesome choice. NA, NB, primo choice, especially if you love driving and working on cars. Yeah. The Miata stuff is so much fun, whether it's full blast like engine rebuilding, transmission rebuilding, suspension, brakes. Even, I hate to say it, even body work is easy on these. Parts are everywhere. It did take me a decade to find the Wings West wing, but I did find it. So yeah, let's get this raised up. I'm going to get the wheels off. I'm going to cheat a little bit. I'm going to use an air jack. Sorry. Make some creaking noises here. Trying not to schwack myself in the balls with this thing again. So this is an air jack. Heavy as shit. My friend Scott got me this for Christmas a couple years ago. See how thin that guy is? I don't think he fits. I'm trying to remember. It's got this huge steel plate underneath him. Yeah. So we're going to go from the cross member in the back. No, we're not. Maybe. Oh my God, I forgot how low this thing is. This is completely and totally not ideal. But hopefully it's enough to get, yeah, it should be okay. Should be enough to get the wheels off the ground. Now, here's a fun one. Don't forget, when you're jacking up the back of your car, you don't have anything to prevent it from rolling forward. So once you get those wheels off, parking brake isn't working, the, the transmission isn't working. So block off your front wheels with something. I thought I had a wheel chock here. Oh, the limo's currently using it. So we're going to come over here. We're going to grab a couple pieces of our It's actually brand new wood, but now it's technically scrap wood, and that should hopefully prevent us from rolling forward. So I'm going to jack this up, and hopefully I can get that. Actually, let me loosen these guys while I have it. And I'm going to do something bad because I don't have a super badass impact here. I'm going to use my torque wrench to loosen these guys. I know. Never supposed to do that, but I don't have my nitro cat here. So, we're in gear, but we're not parking braked. So I just want to get these guys started anyway. Miata lug nuts, 90, anything between 90 and 100 is going to be good. It depends on your wheels, depends on what kind of driving you're doing. Most of the time, 90 is fine. Okay. I'm going to shamefully leave that over there. And back down here. If I could have gotten it past that, I could have lifted from the diff. And hey, it's at a very odd angle that I'm not happy with. So I'll bring this guy down again. Yeah. See how he came down all weird? Yeah. So keep going, buddy. He is so close. There we go. Okay. There's a support bar that runs on the back side of the control arms between the two of them. Again, this is all part of the super duper Miata suspension handling part. And I just slide the jack underneath that just because it is so low right now. That's a super low jack. So just want to make sure I'm getting on the good part of the diff and not hitting anything else on my way up. See, like right now, it's hitting something else. There we go. Oh, yeah. Okay. That's all I really need. That is much happier. Okay. Cool. So now we can let off the parking brake. Also put it in neutral. And yay. Don't go anywhere, car. So let's get these wheels off. And where did my zoomer go? There he is. And have a big ass battery here. Need a adapter. Using a chrome adapter on an impact socket. Don't tell anyone. If you don't tell anyone, I won't. Okay. So there we go. For reference, these are 949 6ULs in the nickel finish. Actually, these have been powder coated in. It's actually, I forgot the name. I think it's called real chrome or actual chrome or whatever. But it's super close to the nickel finish that the original 6ULs came on. Tires are crap. These are the Nitto Neo Gens. These are awful tires in the wet. So we're just wearing these tires out. Eventually we'll get Continental Cross Contacts in here. Continental Extreme Contact Force, ECFs. And pro tip, you're going to launch your lug nuts. You're going to kick them all the way across your shop and you'll never be able to find them again. As long as you're not doing anything, brakes, hub, whatever, give them 2 threads on here. You're not going to lose them. It takes 10 seconds versus 5 minutes of hunting. No, I'm not going to kick them around the shop. Let me grab the camera. I'll grab a light so you guys can see what we're doing in here. And, oh, crap. Hang on a sec. Oh, crap. Okay. Well, I thought we had our height adjuster available up there, but we just have the top. Okie doke. That's how it goes. So the good news is we have all the weight off of this. So let's see, what else you guys saying? You want to see the full garage and the limo? Well, kind of. You want me to? I can open up that door. I don't know if you guys are going to be able to see the limo, though. Maybe. There's the limo back there. Here. You grab another light. Here's the limo. I don't know if you guys can see that or not. Gigantic thing. It's under a cover right now. That breeze actually feels good. I'm sweating in here. So I'm going to zoom off this other wheel real quick. God, the Ohio corrosion is real. Holy crap. It just eats everything metal. I'm pretty sure it eats everything fiberglass too. I actually have a piece of fiberglass in my shop in Ohio that is rusted. Is that incredible? That's what Ohio does. Like, you can see the corrosion here on the hub ring and on the axle. And those axles are probably, I don't know, a couple years old. They were prepped prior to being installed. I'm in Port Charlotte, Florida. Am I going to work on it myself? Yeah. Unless it's a Falcon Heavy rocket, I'm probably going to work on it myself. I'm going to bring you guys down here now. So roll you a little bit forward. And you know what? I might just drop this. Hopefully not drop everything. Just slide you guys down a little. That way I can read what's going on in the group here. Is that working okay? All right. I'm going to turn on the fan, get some air floating through here. Now that we have all the garage doors open, we get all the bugs through here. Oh, it should be okay. I just didn't want it to blow the cover away. So, we grab my wrenches. I'll show you guys what we're going to work on here. So what we have is, see if I can get a light to mount somewhere solid, not in the way. Is that a little better? Okay. Damn, you guys are still way up high. Let me grab this. Hang on. Let's see if I can bring you guys down here. There you go, tripod. You can do this. Okay. I think that works pretty good, right? You can see the entire coil over here. You guys don't need to see me, right? Hey, you can see the Viper wheel over there too. Where is it? Yeah, looks so small. Anyway, so on the front coils, because they attach differently, you have an adjustment ring down here that you can adjust that, and that adjusts your ride height. You can raise or lower that, and that'll raise or lower or raise your car. On the rears, we only have these two locking rings, and that's where we're going to change our ride height. It also changes our spring tension. So that's the downside. Now, the nice part is these are, those are the Z-Max springs, but these are the Swift springs. No, we got Swift springs on the MR6. I keep thinking this is the MR6. What's it say? Yeah, Slaker, it's tough with automatics, but if you get in the right Miata group, you'll find guys that have done a lot of automatic swaps. And when they've done the swaps, they'll have tons of info. They'll be like, hey, don't do this or don't do that. Yeah. I don't know how much info they'll have on the actual transmission itself, but when it comes to swapping and working around plugs and connectors and all that, they'll be pretty good about it. They'll have some info. A lot of it you're probably going to have to learn yourself, which kind of sucks. So in order to change ride height, we're going to have to, we have our helper springs and then our main springs here. We have our main cylinder. We have our adjustment. We have our boot up here, or actually our bump stop. There's no boot on these, or I lost the boot, or it's gone. It got Ohio'd. But yeah, I don't. The only ride height adjustment I have in the rear is here, which means I'll have to. If I loosen those guys, we raise up a little bit. Is that the right way to go? Yeah. So if we if we tighten these guys up, we raise up a little bit. Correct. Can't remember. Anyway, look at the cobwebs in here. That's just from a week. Also, yeah, you guys will notice that some of the parts here are not OEM. These are powder coated to match the roll bar. So the upper control arm, the lower control arm, the sway bar, that stuff is powder coated to match the control arm. Yeah, I'm trying to remember which way to go to raise and lower. Because if I push up harder, that's going to lower it or raise it. I can't remember. So that's where these guys come in handy. Oh, sorry, you guys. You can't see that. These guys are what grab in here and turn these rings. And then the top one is your adjustment. The lower is your locking. So if we're going to raise it more, we want to lower that. So when you come here and you do stuff like this and you don't have the adjustment in the sleeve like you do up front, you can either count threads, which kind of sucks, or you can measure threads. And I guess the best way to do that would be to measure threads. OEM as much as I can. Yeah, the 5-speed swap is pretty easy. The car's all ready for it. So all of your wiring is there. You'll have to punch out a couple of holes for the clutch master cylinder and the clutch pedal. And I think your trans tunnel stays the same. Fuel stays the same. So yeah, it won't be too difficult to do the swap. But yeah, definitely get with the automatic guys, or get with the guys who've done the automatic swaps. Those guys will know way better on how to do that. So yeah, let me look this up real quick, and I'll see which way. I'm trying to remember. It's been like a year and a half, almost 2 years since I've done these. So give me a second. I know this is so thrilling for you guys. They want me to take the control arm and everything else off. I don't really think that's really necessary. Spring perch up to lower the car or down to raise it. Okay. So up lowers the car, down raises it. I knew it was something backwards like that. Can never remember this stuff. Sorry, finishing off my Rockstar. So, since we're going to measure, we need about a 1/2 inch. Once settled, we need about a 1/2 inch. So I'm going to come in here and I'm going to get super scientific. Whoops. Turn on. Come on. Oh, come on. Of course, the battery's dead in my micrometer, right? The only time I've used it in the last 3 weeks. And the stupid battery's dead. All right. I need to measure one thing for 10 seconds. And the battery's dead. All right. Take the battery out. I have spare batteries. I've done this a couple of times. Nope. It is not a battery issue. I don't think. Nope. The unit is dead. Isn't that awesome? All right. Wow. It's amazing. It's hard to kill calipers, but I managed to. So there you guys can see. And if I hit the on button, come on, make a liar out of me. Nothing. Garbage. So we have our manual analog calipers, and we're going to go with that. And let's go from the bottom here to the bottom there. And we have exactly, how much is that? 50 millimeters. Double check from the bottom to the bottom. Oh, come back here. And we're exactly at 50 millimeters. So it would probably say 49792. So if I want to go up half an inch, I don't know how many turns that is, but I do know that I need to unlock this. So one hook in here, and this presses on the spring. And this guy will slide now because he's the lock. So you can slide him out of the way. I don't know how many turns is going to give me 5/8 of an inch. We can also talk in millimeters if that makes you guys feel better. So, damn. All right, we're going to try, I guess we'll try 5 turns aside. And I'm going to leave this unlocked until I've tested it, you know, put the tire back on, put it on the ground, measured it. I'm going to leave it unlocked, and then I'll jack the car back up and I'll finally lock it. There's no real reason, and I'm not coming down that far. So you just need to be careful that he stays away from the end links and the sway bar and everything else, because he's aluminum and he'll get chunked up. So I'm going to take a little piece of tape from my measurement guy here on the fender, and he's going to mark my number 1 here. So now we can loosen this guy. And let's go, what do we say, 5 turns? That might be a lot. So we're coming up on 1. So there's 1 full turn. And I'll tell you right now, that's not ½ an inch. So we'll do 2 full turns on both sides. Now, you can hear the springs moving up here and here because we didn't take the control arm and the sway bar off. So they're still technically under a little bit of tension, even though they're fully extended. But I don't think we're really hurting anything. So we're going to do 2. There's 2 full turns. We're going to take our tape off and save it up here. Just set him in place, just in case. If he's in the exact spot we need him in, awesome. All right, so I'm going to go over to the other side and see if I can jam that out quick. I'll leave the light here for you guys and see if I can grab another light. Can't believe those calipers died. That sucks. I like those calipers. I think they're an Amazon special. It might be a Harbor Freight special. See if we can get in here, not get caught by the fender liner. Or smash your forearm into the brake rotor. Okay, that guy's loose. These little notches are sharp too, so be careful. Grab a piece of tape. And let's move this guy the exact same that we did on the other side. So we're going to do 2 full turns. There's 1. I'm trying to be careful with the wrench. Line it up right on the spanner nut. Make sure there's pre-tension, because these things get chewed up really easily. They are aluminum. Now they're replaceable, but it's a pain in the ass to replace them. So there we go. We'll take our tape off here. Put him back up there. Now that was 2 full turns. It's probably going to be maybe 1/8 of an inch. I don't think it's going to be much. But we will find out. Whoa, coming out of my shoes. All right. So I'll put the wheel back on this side first. I might need to jack it up. Now we're good. Now these are going to get tightened, but they're not going to get torqued. So, oh, sorry. Sorry, that wasn't supposed to be that loud. All right, I'm going to bring you guys back and up, if that's okay. Come back here. And whoops. Get you up here. I'll slide you back a little bit. Get the wheel on there. Let's see what else. Super Dudes rebuilt the motor. Big nose, nice. '90 sat for 3 years, but no rust. You gotta like that part. Yeah, Slaker, that's a really good first car. And if you love working on cars, it's a great first car. So I'm calling that a good score. Even though it's an automatic, I'm still calling it a win. Also, I will give you a tiny piece of advice. Whoa, come back here. Tiny piece of advice regarding clutches. Unless you are doing full blast drag racing, do not get a McLeod clutch for a Miata. It is so violent. It is so violent. It grabs so hard. Now, the good part is I won't ever have to worry about that clutch. Unless somebody screws up, I'm probably done with clutches in this car. That McLeod clutch is beefy. I thought I'd get McLeod is a drag race company. They make drag race clutches, and they're very good. And I thought, yeah, that would be great for, track car. It just absolutely is. It's just violent. You go to engage and it grips, man. Wow, does it grip? All right. We're just going to do those guys tight because we're going to try and get close to, what was the height we wanted? Let's see, 23.25. I think 23.25 would be a nice height. Forgot where I'm at. So, lowered. Got to make sure I can slide this guy where he's not going to interfere with any of our ride height stuff. Like all the air came out of him, but he's still too tall. All right. So he's not going to interfere with our ride height. He is out. Now, bounce the car. If you can, I'm actually going to leave this out for now. If you can, torque the wheels down, go for a drive, you know, whatever. But we can also, we're going to find out if we went the right way or not. We can also bounce the car. You know, this looks silly, dry humping a Miata, but you know, I know I'm not the first one to do it. This poor flex tape. Just looking at this stuff. This is that flex seal. Didn't last very long. So let's just do a quick measurement. I can actually I can't really tell. Where'd my tape measure go? Oh, I left him over here. Do a quick measurement and see where we're at. We are almost at 23. We are 22 7/8. So you guys really want to sit here for another 2 hours while I do this? So show you how we mark that off. Here's my Sharpie. So I'm going to mark that off as the second attempt is 22.9, and that's 2 turns. So that way, next time I do this, I know 2 turns, it's about 1/10 of an inch per turn. And I can, you know, on my third try, I'm probably going to go 4 turns, which would get me to 23.2, maybe 5 turns, and that would get me to 23.25, which is what I'm looking for. But we've gone up, which is a good thing. So let's check the other side. And the other cool part, you can take pictures of these just as a reference. On this side, we are exactly the same, 22.9 with 2 turns. So second, 22.9 inches with 2T. Okay. There's a ton of Miata stuff for you guys. So now we'll jack this back up. I'll just sit with you guys on the floor, if that's cool. Which side, though? Wait. Better. So now we go and do, we'll raise this up again. We'll do 5 turns, and that should get us to our magic number. And we'll have a little bit of a rake, not like a 69 Camaro, but we'll have a little bit of a rake. And with 10 or 15 miles, it should all, I'd say within 5 miles, it should all settle down and level the car out. I only want a tiny, tiny, tiny bit of rake. And not even that. I just need enough to where the rear is covering my weight, my passenger's weight. That's all I really want in there. And when you're setting up a race car, you usually have the driver sitting in there while you're making these adjustments, corner balancing stuff, and getting spring rates and everything else correct, ride height, all of that. You'll have the driver sit in there, or you'll have bags of dog food or concrete or whatever sitting in the passenger seat so that you can get everything corner balanced or balanced the way you want it. NASCAR is different balance, dirt track's different. Le Mans cars, you know, GT cars are different. So however you want to do it, you'll have, you know, weight in there accordingly. You have a full tank of gas, you'll have all your fluids, et cetera, et cetera. So that's the difference. When we're doing stuff like this, it's on the street. It's not as crucial. You know, we're not trying to win $10 million at Le Mans. So we'll do this a couple of times. We'll drive it. We'll get it as close as we can. And that way, hopefully, when I'm in the car, 188 pounds, 190 pounds, it'll be raked enough where the car will sit level. The suspension will work a lot better, all of that. So that's what we keep doing. So we'll jack this up again, pull the wheel off. We'll do it 5 times on each side, and then put the wheel back on, measure. If everything measures out where we're just a touch higher, that's great. We'll drive it around. It'll settle. We'll put the lock rings. We'll tighten the lock rings back in, and we'll be good to go. So hopefully you guys enjoyed that. I love talking to you guys. I'm glad there's more Miata folks in here. I'm glad you guys like this stuff. If you do have any questions, please feel free to ask. I've gone through, let's see, what haven't I done in this car? I haven't replaced the windshield, although it does have a big chip in it. I've basically done everything on this car except the windshield. Yep. By the way, window motor regulators, there is a company, I think they're on Amazon or on eBay. They do a replacement kit, and I think Mas Miata might sell them too. That's half the price of OEM, and it's actually faster. The window ones that I have now go up and down so fast. It's great. It's like maybe 2.5 seconds. Oh, and one other thing I wanted to show you guys. And I did this on a previous live stream. I talked about it a little bit. Where the hell did they go? I brought them out here. I think I brought them out here. Maybe I didn't. Are they still in here? No, they're not. I brought them out here. What the hell did I do with them? They could not have gone far. Promise you that. Where the hell did they go? I didn't put them with the motorcycles as I step on my tools. Where the hell did they go? They just brought them from Ohio. They're not on the bench. They're not with the soldering gear. Oh, damn it. Oh, this is frustrating as hell. Maybe they're in here? No. No, it's just a car cover. What the? How did I lose these things already? There's no way. I just had them. They're not an electrical. It's 2 little boxes. Oh, you know what? I know where they are. These guys. I'll show you guys these. I got these originally got them for the race car for the MR6, but I'm doing a set on the Miata because the negative battery terminal for the Miata is right here, right by the power antenna. And it's a pain in the ass to get to, especially with the 10 mil. So we have these, and these are made by a company in Delaware. And these are super cool. These, I gotta sit closer to you guys. So these, and tilt down a little. There we go. These are a quick release battery terminal. So the first time you do it, it's kind of tough. So it opens like that. The battery terminal goes in there. And then when you close it, it clamps down on the battery terminal. You have a little notch cut here for like a 4-gauge wire, maybe an 8-gauge. You can trim that out just with side cuts or with a Dremel, make it look nice. And quick release. It's really, really cool. Terminal's protected all the way to the cable. So if you do, like on Miatas, if you touch the positive and you're taking the, the clamping nut off and you touch the carbs, you're going to do some welding. So that's why these are great. Pop off, pop back on. Super secure connection. Love it. Come in red and black. Correct. So I got them for the limo too. So we'll be doing that as well with the Miata. I knew I put them away somewhere safe. Yeah, the Miata battery is right here, and it's right behind. It's a very small battery. It's actually a lawn tractor battery. That's what's recommended. I believe it's 350, 400 cold cranking amps. It's not a very stout, like heavy duty battery. It's a very, what the hell? You guys never tell me that my hair looks like a, what the hell happened? What is, you guys just like laughing at it. That's cool. That's fine. I like laughing at it too, because I don't really give a shit. Yeah, if you notice that your window regulators are slow, that means they're going to die soon. And they will only die in the middle of a rainstorm when you're trying to roll up your window. They won't ever die when it's warm out and you want to roll your window down. Yeah. Yeah. That's exactly how it works every single time. I don't remember how much the regulators were. They were not cheap, but they were far cheaper than OEM. They were half the price of OEM, and they're quicker. They're definitely a lot quicker. So if you can score those, I don't remember who had them. It might have been Mas Miata. It might have been eBay or Amazon, but they were half the price of OEM. It's a really, really good kit. The guys who came up with it did a great job. My friend Brian DePaul has them in his NB. I have a set in here, and they're fantastic. They work great. What else? I think that's about it. If you're going to lower your Miata, not drift level lower, but just lower it, don't bother with crazy control arms or anything like that. Do OEM control arms, really nice bushings all the way around. OEM control arms with extended ball joints. The trick is extended ball joints, and you'll be able to get all of the negative camber you want. And it helps with lowering it when you're doing coilovers or lowering springs or whatever. The extended ball joints are absolutely the way to go. You can get extended ball joints, again, at Mas Miata, Amazon, anywhere else. Just find the right part number and get extended ball joints. That's all you need. Promise. You can get the crazy, fully adjustable, custom-built titanium control arms if you really want to. Not necessary, but I learned that the hard way because I got the fully adjustable, custom-built control arms, and they didn't do shit. It was easier for me to just get the extended ball joints. Yeah, so that's fine. It works out good. If you guys have any questions, comments, anything like that, definitely shoot me a comment below. Let me know. I appreciate everyone coming and hanging out tonight and seeing how to do this and helping me remember which way to turn those locking rings. and all the Miata stuff. Miata gang is awesome. Love the Miata gang. Like you guys saw, I have 640 horsepower Viper. I have a 485 horsepower limo, and I have 125 horsepower Miata. And I swear to God, this thing is so much fun. It is absolutely ridiculous. And here in Florida, it is an absolutely perfect car. Perfect car for Florida. If you're gonna go, go have fun with your friends and go rip around. The roads are nice enough, doesn't beat up your car. It's great. This is an awesome, awesome, awesome rig. So we'll probably be driving it this week. It's supposed to be beautiful weather. I'm going to Fort Myers, see a friend of mine, and get some work done. And then I got a bunch of other stuff. But we'll have the limo back in here. The other one I want to do on this Miata is I want to show you guys how to do those quick release posts. So I might save the Miata for tomorrow, and we'll do the quick release posts on the battery, just so you guys can see that. That's a super maintenance thing. Also, those quick release posts, they're like $10. It's not bad. It's worth it too. When you realize how difficult it is to get to that negative terminal, when you're doing car stereo stuff or any kind of electronics, you got to pull the negative, you will love having that quick release. Oh, and it doesn't bonk into the car. You got the positive and you pop it off and you just set it aside. You're done. Swapping out batteries is a piece of cake, all of that. So yeah, we'll probably do that tomorrow night. I really want to get those terminals in there, and I also want to test and make sure that they fit correctly, because lawn tractor batteries are slightly different than regular full-size car batteries. So I want to make sure they work on the Miatas before I start sending you guys out to buy them. And if they don't work, then they don't work. But I think we should be okay. Yeah. Oh, yeah, Liz car. Your car needs a hold down because your battery is just rotating around in the back, right? Yeah. Bungee cord. Jesus. Duct tape. Something to keep it from bonking around in there. Yeah. Check. I would say check eBay, or check with Darren at Midwest Miata. He'll have an OEM tie down. He'll probably have a used one that's super cheap too. And yeah, like I said, if you guys have any questions, comments, whatever, definitely put them down there. I answer everyone. I love seeing the comments from you guys. I love seeing the new subscribers. You guys are great, man. Everyone's so appreciative of all the stuff that I'm doing, and everyone loves all the variety of cars. Whether it's a JDM tuner car, whether it's massive American horsepower, or absolutely ridiculous, 26-foot limo with a hot tub in the back that does huge smoky burnouts. You guys love all of that stuff. Even when I'm doing like regular maintenance, like changing oil in the truck, or putting saddlebags on the motorcycle, you guys love all that stuff, and I'm really grateful. Like I said, I don't get paid a dime for any of this. I'm doing this for you guys, and I love teaching. So when I hear back from you guys that you like this and this helped you with whatever, suspension or brakes or whatever, I love hearing that stuff. That makes me feel great. So I appreciate you guys, and I'm going to keep doing this as long as I can. I'll keep showing you guys the cool stuff, the boring stuff, and the necessary stuff, so that you can have a good time with your car and it's fun and reliable, and hopefully people think it's cool. Yeah, I appreciate you guys. Thanks for hanging out tonight. I'm going to go jack it up, take the wheels off again, adjust again. I'm going to go do that a couple more times, get the ride height set on this. So don't forget to show someone that you love them today. Give them a kiss on the cheek. Give them a kiss on the tip of their nose. Hold their hand. Give it a squeeze. It's really important for them, but it is far more important for you. All right. Thanks, everyone. We will catch you tomorrow night. Maybe we do some battery terminals. Cool. All right. Thanks, everyone. I can't believe my calipers died. On camera, no less.